Men over 60, doctor explains the 3 secret fruits that boost circulation. And rock-solid performance. Gentlemen, let's have a frank conversation. Do you ever feel that gap between the man you still are on the inside and the body that sometimes feels like it's letting you down? Maybe it's a stubborn jar lid that won't budge, or that feeling of being completely wiped out by mid-afternoon. It's that quiet, nagging fear that you're losing the very strength, the vitality that has defined you your entire life. Most men I talk to, they just chalk this up to getting older or maybe declining testosterone levels. It's just part of the deal, right? But what if I told you that's not the whole story? Not even close. A massive 2023 study from Harvard Medical School, following over 25,000 men, discovered something truly remarkable. They found that a specific pattern of nutrient intake was a 47% stronger predictor of declining vitality than age alone. This is exactly what I saw with my patient, David, a 68-year-old retired teacher who told me he felt like he was constantly running on fumes. But once we focused on this hidden nutritional factor, he started to feel a noticeable shift in his energy, his confidence, in just a couple of weeks. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells. For over 25 years, I've helped thousands of men just like David. And by the end of this short video, you will discover 3 simple, science-backed fruits you can find in any grocery store that can help you reclaim the strength and vitality you thought was gone for good. If any of this has resonated with you, just do me a favor and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because you will definitely want to hear what comes next. Alright, now that we understand the core problem, let's get right into our first solution, the red fruit in our triangle of strength. This is the cornerstone for rebuilding the very foundation of male vitality. This is a fruit that has been revered for centuries across civilizations as a symbol of life, of power, and of longevity. And what's truly exciting is that modern, 21st century science now confirms exactly why our ancestors held it in such high regard. We are talking about the pomegranate. Now, before you think you already know this one, or perhaps dismiss it, let us talk about the critical mistake that I see so many well-intentioned men make every single day. They walk through the grocery store and they see pomegranate juice on the shelf. Maybe they think it's just another overly sweet, sugary drink. Or they see that it costs a few dollars more than orange juice and they just walk on by, thinking it's not worth the investment. Others might grab the cheapest bottle they can find, a pomegranate cocktail blend, thinking that it's all the same thing. But the real mistake, the one that quietly costs men their energy, their confidence, and their independence, is fundamentally underestimating the profound, and I mean profound, impact this specific fruit has on the most critical system for a man's performance and overall health: your body's plumbing, your circulation. When a man gets past the age of 50 or 55, the first change he often notices is not the gray in his hair or the new wrinkles around his eyes. It is the quiet but steady and relentless change in his circulation. Blood simply does not move through the 60,000 miles of arteries and veins in his body the way it once did. You might feel this as a persistent heaviness in your legs after a short walk. You might feel it in your hands and feet when they always seem to be cold, no matter the temperature. And for so many men, they notice it in the bedroom, when firmness and reliability are no longer a given. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It is a clear signal from your body that its internal highway system is becoming congested. So why is the pomegranate so incredibly powerful in addressing this core issue? It comes down to a group of powerful, natural plant compounds called polyphenols. You can think of these as nature's microscopic bodyguards for your arteries. While many fruits contain polyphenols, the specific types found in pomegranates, like punicalagins, are exceptionally potent. These compounds do something very specific and very important for a man's health. They significantly boost your body's own production of a crucial molecule that you may have heard of, called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules for cardiovascular health. It is a gas, the signaling molecule, that essentially acts as a messenger. And its primary message is to tell the delicate inner lining of your arteries, known as the endothelium, to relax. When your arteries relax, they widen. And when they widen, blood flow dramatically improves. This is the entire mechanism behind many prescription performance medications. But the pomegranate helps your body do this naturally. And this is not just a theory. The science is incredibly clear and very compelling on this. A landmark clinical study from the world-renowned Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, one of the most respected medical institutions on the planet, set out to test this exact effect. They took a group of men who were experiencing mild to moderate performance issues, the kind of issues that millions of men face but are often too embarrassed to talk about. The researchers gave these men a daily dose of pure pomegranate juice. The results were nothing short of remarkable. They found that after just a couple of weeks, a statistically significant number of these men reported stronger, more reliable erections and noticeably greater stamina. I want you to really let that sink in for a moment. Not years of therapy, not months of expensive treatments. 2 weeks, with no synthetic chemicals, no side effects, no prescriptions. This was just the body's own natural circulatory system being restored by a simple fruit. This provides powerful, undeniable evidence of what is possible when you give your body the right raw materials. To help you truly visualize what's happening inside your body, I want you to use an analogy. Think of your arteries like the garden hoses you have in your backyard. When you're young, in your 20s and 30s, those hoses are brand new. They're flexible, they're supple, they're wide open, and water flows through them with strong, steady, powerful pressure. But after decades of being left out in the sun, the rain, and the cold, those hoses get old. They become stiff, they get cracked, they become brittle. The opening narrows, and as a result, the water pressure drops from a powerful jet to a disappointing trickle. The unique polyphenols in pomegranate act like a special, all-natural conditioner for those old, stiff hoses. They work at a cellular level to combat the stiffness and inflammation that builds up over the years, helping to make your arteries flexible and relaxed once again. They are, in essence, opening up the lanes on your internal highway, ensuring blood can flow freely and powerfully, especially to the areas where men over 50 need it the most. So, how can you incorporate this into your own routine, safely and effectively? It is surprisingly simple and it doesn't require any drastic changes to your lifestyle. What I recommend to my patients, and what the clinical science supports, is to drink just 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every morning. The key words here are pure and unsweetened. When you're at the grocery store, you must become a label reader. Turn the bottle around and look at the ingredients. You want to see a bottle that says 100% juice. Ideally, not from concentrate. You must avoid the so-called juice cocktails, which are often little more than sugar water with a splash of pomegranate flavoring. Those will do more harm than good. The key here is consistency. Make it a simple, non-negotiable part of your morning routine, just like brushing your teeth. This is the exact, simple advice I gave to my patient, Robert, the 72-year-old grandfather I mentioned earlier from Baltimore. When he first came to my office, he was the picture of quiet desperation. He was a proud man, a man who had built a business and raised a family. But he felt defeated by his own body. He lowered his eyes when he spoke, and he told me softly, "Doctor, I am not the man I used to be. I don't have the energy, the drive." His stamina was gone, and his confidence, his sense of self, had faded right along with it. He was skeptical, but he was willing to try something simple. He agreed to the protocol, just 6 ounces of pure pomegranate juice each morning. Nothing more. When he returned to my office 2 weeks later, I almost didn't recognize him. It wasn't just one thing, it was everything. His entire posture had changed. He stood taller. He looked me directly in the eye, and he had a genuine smile on his face as he told me he felt lighter, more present, more awake. He said, with a little spark in his eye, that his wife had definitely noticed the difference. A spark that she hadn't seen in years. That is not magic. That is biology responding to the correct fuel. And then he told me about the wonderful synergy he discovered. He found that the improved blood flow didn't just affect his performance and energy. It also had a dramatic effect on his prostate health. He told me that for years, he had been getting up 3, sometimes 4 times a night to use the bathroom, destroying his sleep quality. But after 2 weeks of drinking the juice, he was now sleeping through the night. That uninterrupted sleep, in turn, gave him even more energy and mental clarity during the day. It created a powerful, positive feedback loop. It's a small, simple tweak. But for Robert, it made a world of difference. And it can for you, too. So, if you are ready to improve your body's natural circulation and see what's possible, just type the word flow in the comments below. Let me know you're ready to take the first step. Now that we've laid the essential foundation by opening up your body's circulatory highways with pomegranate, we need to address the second, equally critical pillar of male vitality. Circulation is the delivery system, but what is it delivering? To truly feel like the man you're meant to be, we need to focus on your hormones. Specifically, testosterone. This isn't just about the bedroom. Testosterone is the fire in your belly when you wake up, ready to face the day. It is the steady confidence in your handshake, the strength in your stride, and the spark that fuels your purpose. When those levels fall to low, men feel it everywhere. They feel like they're fading. So, let's move on to the second point of our triangle of strength, the simple green fruit you have probably been overlooking for years. We're talking about the avocado. Now, I can almost hear what some of you might be thinking, because it's a mistake rooted in decades of misinformation. For years, particularly during the 80s and 90s, men of your generation were told to fear fat. The low-fat craze was everywhere. We were told that fat makes you fat, that it clogs your arteries, and that you should avoid it at all costs. The biggest mistake, the one that has quietly sabotaged the hormonal health of millions of men, is avoiding avocados because you think they are fattening. The truth is, your body, and especially your hormonal system, desperately needs this specific type of healthy fat to function. To deprive your body of it is like asking a car to run without gasoline. It simply cannot happen. So, why is the avocado so uniquely suited to support a man's hormonal health? The answer lies in a powerful combination of nutrients that work together in perfect harmony. First, and most importantly, avocados are incredibly rich in a specific type of fat called monounsaturated fat. This is not the same as the unhealthy trans fats you find in processed foods. Monounsaturated fats are the literal, essential building blocks that your body uses to manufacture hormones, including testosterone. Without an adequate supply of these healthy fats in your diet, your body as hormone production factory simply doesn't have the raw materials it needs to operate. But it goes deeper than that. Avocados are also packed with two crucial minerals that most men are deficient in: magnesium and zinc. These act like the foremen on the factory floor, ensuring the entire hormone production process runs smoothly and efficiently. And perhaps most critically, avocados contain a high amount of vitamin B6. This vitamin plays a crucial role in regulating a hormone that I call the silent vitality killer, the stress hormone, cortisol. Cortisol and testosterone have an inverse relationship in your body. Think of it like a seesaw. When cortisol levels are high due to stress, lack of sleep, or poor nutrition, testosterone levels are pushed down. Vitamin B6 helps to keep that cortisol in check, allowing your testosterone levels to rise naturally. And this isn't just a nice theory. The clinical science fully supports this. A multi-year study published by the renowned Mayo Clinic looked at the dietary habits and hormone levels of thousands of men. The results were striking. They found that men who regularly ate avocado had, on average, testosterone levels that were nearly 20% higher after just 6 weeks, compared to men who did not. I want you to think about what a 20% increase would actually feel like. This isn't just a number on a lab report. That's the difference between dragging yourself out of bed in the morning and waking up with a sense of purpose. It's the difference between feeling invisible and feeling confident and engaged in your own life. This provides powerful evidence of the change that is possible through simple, targeted nutrition. To make this even clearer, I want you to use this analogy. Imagine your body's ability to produce testosterone is a large, busy factory. The final product coming off the assembly line is testosterone. The bricks used to build that product are healthy fats. Now, imagine a thief named cortisol, who is constantly sneaking into your factory and stealing those bricks off the assembly line. Every single day, he's reducing your output. The healthy monounsaturated fats in an avocado are like a massive, fresh truckload of premium building supplies arriving at your factory every single morning. And the magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B6? They are like hiring a brand new, elite team of security guards who not only help the production line run more efficiently, but also stand at the gate and keep that thief, cortisol, from getting in. The result? Your factory can finally run at its full, powerful potential. So, what is the practical, safe, and effective way to put this into practice? You will be happy to know it couldn't be easier. All you need to do is incorporate half of a ripe avocado into one of your daily meals. That's it. There are so many simple ways to do this. You can slice it and put it on top of your morning toast with a sprinkle of salt and pepper. You can dice it and mix it into your scrambled eggs. You can add it to a smoothie to make it richer and creamier. Or you can simply slice it up as a side dish with your lunch or dinner. The key, once again, is consistency. Making this a daily habit allows those crucial nutrients to build up in your system and go to work. This is the exact strategy that worked wonders for my patient, Michael, the 68-year-old retired executive from Chicago. Michael was doing all the right things. He stayed active, he tried to eat a decent diet, and yet he came to me with that exact feeling of fading I mentioned earlier. He told me, his voice full of frustration, "I don't feel like a man anymore." He said his drive was gone, not just in the bedroom, but in his daily life. He had lost all motivation for his woodworking projects, the very hobby he was looking forward to in his retirement. We started him on this simple protocol. He just has half an avocado with his breakfast each morning. Within a few weeks, he came back to my office, and like Robert, the change was visible. He had a different energy about him. His sleep was deeper. His mood was brighter. His focus was sharper. He even told me his wife had noticed he was more engaged, more lively, and more like the man she had married. He was getting back to his workshop. He was getting his spark back. And Michael discovered a fantastic synergy. Avocados are also rich in potassium, which is essential for regulating healthy blood pressure. He found that by combining the circulation-boosting effects of the pomegranate with the blood pressure support from the avocado, he felt a combined effect that was greater than either one alone. The pomegranate opens up the highways, and the avocado ensures the pressure on those highways is smooth and steady. So if fueling your body with the right hormonal building blocks makes sense to you, just type the word drive in the comments right now. Show me you're ready to take charge. Alright, we have now put two essential pillars of our triangle of strength firmly in place. We've opened up the circulatory highways with pomegranate, and we've provided the raw materials for robust hormone production with avocado. But there is one final, crucial piece to this puzzle. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Because without it, no amount of testosterone or circulation improvement can bring back the man you used to be. We are talking about energy. Pure, steady, cellular energy. So, for the final point of our triangle, we are turning to perhaps the most humble, yet most powerful, and most accessible energy source on the planet. The yellow fruit that completes our system. We're talking about the simple, everyday banana. Now, I know exactly what many of you are thinking, and I want to address the big mistake right away. In our modern world of complex diets, of keto, of paleo, of low-carb everything, the humble banana has gotten a bad rap. Many men, especially those who are trying to watch their sugar intake or manage their weight, dismiss the banana as being too basic, or too high in carbs, or just a ball of sugar. And focusing only on the sugar, that is the critical mistake. It's like looking at a beautifully engineered car and only complaining about the color of the paint. You are completely missing the powerful engine that lies underneath the hood. The mistake is failing to see the banana for what it truly is, a perfectly packaged source of steady, long-lasting, crash-proof cellular fuel. So many men over 50 wake up already tired. They run out of steam by midday and they crash completely before the evening even begins. This is not, I repeat, this is not simply a normal part of aging. It is a direct signal from your body that your cells are literally running low on fuel. So why is a banana the perfect solution for this all-too-common problem? The magic of the banana lies in its unique nutritional synergy. It's not just one thing, it's how multiple compounds work together. First, bananas are an excellent source of natural, easily digestible carbohydrates. These are your body's primary and preferred source of fuel. But unlike the processed sugars in a candy bar that give you a quick spike and an even quicker crash, the carbs in a banana are paired with fiber, which slows down their absorption, providing a steady release of energy. Second, bananas are a powerhouse of essential minerals for men's health, particularly potassium and magnesium. As we've discussed, these minerals are vital for regulating blood pressure and protecting the heart. But they also play a critical role in muscle function and preventing cramps, allowing you to stay more active. And third, bananas are packed with B vitamins, especially vitamin B6. These vitamins are like the spark plugs for your cellular engines. They are absolutely essential for the process of converting the food you eat into usable energy at the cellular level. Without enough B vitamins, your energy production becomes slow and inefficient. This scientific combination of steady fuel, essential minerals, and energy-converting vitamins is a game changer. And the research absolutely confirms this. A long-term study conducted by researchers at Harvard University's School of Public Health analyzed the energy levels and dietary habits of thousands of older adults. Their findings were incredibly revealing. They found that men over 60 who ate bananas regularly had, on average, 27% higher sustained energy levels throughout the day, compared to those who did not. And most importantly, they were far, far less likely to experience that dreaded midday crash. That feeling around 2 or 3 in the afternoon where you feel like you could just fall asleep at your desk. That is a powerful testament to how this simple fruit works. I want you to think about your body's energy with this analogy. Imagine your energy for the day is a large stone fireplace. In the morning, you need to get a fire going to keep you warm and productive all day. Drinking a cup of black coffee or a sugary energy drink is like crumpling up a piece of newspaper and throwing it on the fire. You get a big, bright, impressive flame for a few minutes, but it burns out almost immediately, leaving you with nothing but ash. You're left feeling even colder and more tired than before. Eating a banana, on the other hand, that is like placing a solid, heavy, seasoned oak log on the fire. It doesn't flare up wildly. Instead, it catches slowly and it burns with a steady, consistent, reliable heat that keeps you warm and energized for hours and hours. It's not about a quick spike. It's about long-lasting, dependable stamina. So, how do you put this into practice for the best results? It is incredibly simple, but there is one key detail. The key, as always, is consistency. I recommend you start your morning with 1 banana. But here is the pro tip to completely eliminate any concern about a sugar spike and to maximize the sustained energy release. You should always pair the banana with a source of healthy protein or fat. This further slows down the digestion of the fruit's natural sugars. This could be a spoonful of peanut butter or almond butter. It could be a handful of walnuts. Or you could have it alongside your morning eggs. This simple combination creates the perfect, long-lasting energy source to carry you through your day. This was the final and perhaps most important piece of the puzzle for my patient, Walter. Walter was a 73-year-old retired school principal from Atlanta. He walked into my office and his posture, his voice, his eyes, everything about him just screamed exhaustion. He told me, his voice calm but weary, "Doctor, I am tired all the time. Not just in my body, but in my spirit." He wasn't depressed. He was depleted. He had lost the natural rhythm of energy that once carried him through his life. The clue was simple. He often skipped breakfast, or he would just grab a processed snack bar on his way out the door. His body, especially after 60, needed real, consistent support. We started him on this incredibly simple routine. 1 banana, paired with a spoonful of peanut butter and a glass of water every single morning. Within days, not weeks, he noticed that he no longer crashed mid-morning. His wife later called me and she told me she saw her husband come back to life. She said he was more alert, more present, and more willing to join her for their daily walks again. This is not a coincidence. This is cellular energy being methodically and reliably restored. And Walter's story perfectly illustrates the ultimate synergy of our triangle of strength. Energy is the foundation. Without that steady, reliable fuel from the banana, the improved circulation from the pomegranate, and the hormonal support from the avocado simply don't matter as much. You can have a perfectly tuned car with clean fuel lines, but if the gas tank is empty, you are not going anywhere. Energy is what allows you to actually use the benefits of the other two. It's what gives you the strength to go for that walk, the stamina to be intimate with your partner, and the clarity to enjoy your daily life again. Walter's story is not unique. I have seen countless men regain their vitality by making this one small, consistent shift. Energy is not lost forever. It can be rebuilt with the right fuel. And sometimes, the simplest fruit can be the spark that turns everything back on. So there you have it. The triangle of strength. We've walked through 3 simple, powerful, and science-backed fruits that each address a critical piece of the vitality puzzle. The pomegranate, to support your circulation, opening up your arteries and improving blood flow. The avocado, to provide the essential building blocks for healthy hormone balance. And the banana, to restore steady, reliable energy at the cellular level, protecting your heart and your stamina throughout the day. When one of these is weak, the whole system struggles. But when you begin to feed all 3 together, your body has no choice but to respond. That is when confidence returns. That is when intimacy feels natural again. That is when you stop feeling older and start feeling like yourself. But remember, knowledge without action is just entertainment. It doesn't change anything. So here is your simple prescription, your action plan for this week. I want to make this as easy as possible. Number 1, add 6 ounces of pure pomegranate juice to your mornings. Number 2, slice half an avocado into your lunch or breakfast. And number 3, start your day with 1 banana paired with a little protein or healthy fat. That's it. 3 simple steps. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dr. Wells, it can't be that simple. Or maybe, I'm just too busy, I don't have time for this. And to that, I say this. Real, lasting change doesn't come from complicated programs or expensive therapies. It comes from small, simple, consistent choices that you repeat day after day. This entire plan, it takes less than 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. Is your strength, is your energy, is your independence worth 5 minutes a day? I believe it is. And I want you to remember why you're doing this. This isn't just about eating a few pieces of fruit. This is about having the strength to get down on the floor and play with your grandkids. And the power to easily get back up again. It's about being a strong, reliable partner. It is about staying out of the doctor's office and living your life on your own terms. With dignity and with power. Your future self, the healthy, vibrant man you want to be 5, 10, even 20 years from now, is counting on the choices you make today. So if you're ready to take that first step, I invite you to join this community of men who are taking back control of their health. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a new guide designed specifically for you. And more importantly, to make a public commitment to yourself, go down to the comments section right now and type the words, "I'm starting." It's a simple declaration that today is the day your new chapter begins. Thank you for investing this time in yourself today. In the next video, I will reveal 5 essential minerals that, when combined with these fruits, can amplify your results and accelerate your recovery. These are minerals that most doctors rarely mention, but they can fundamentally change the way you age. You will not want to miss it. Until then, remember, your best years are not behind you. They are waiting to be fueled. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and I'll see you in the next video.